My name is Durga Mukherjee. Last year in 2018, March, I came to Toronto along with my child. He was 11 years old that time. On 21st June, I got to know from police that my son has passed away, falling off a neighborhood building. I don't know exactly what happened. Police investigation is going on. But police is not sharing much with me. Not yet. Here in Canada, my son has studied in 3 different schools, and all the class teachers shared very good feedback about him. They all said my son was academically brilliant. He was very smart, he was very witty. He had a very good sense of humor. He used to crack jokes every now and then. So in the last school he was going to, he was facing severe bullying since last October. In October 2018, one day when I came from work, I found my son lying in front of my apartment, breathing in pain, holding his abdomen. He was crying. I got to know he was beaten up. He was even kicked in the stomach by a big boy. My building super asked me to call the cops. I did. Then I was advised to talk to the school, and I took my son to hospital. Even the doctors told me I should take it up to authorities and I should put my son in some self-defense class because my son was traumatized. So, since then my son was learning Taekwondo. Principal talked to us at school and she assured me my child will be safe and we should not directly interact with the other family, the boy who beat my son. So we didn't. And she also connected me with a school board counselor for counseling. Since then, this lady, she was counseling my son every week or every 2 weeks at school. She was also in touch with me. Even she can't believe this. The week my son passed away, even that week on Tuesday, during supervised lunch, here parents need to sign a form to sign up for supervised lunch. I did that because I used to pack his lunch. During supervised lunch, by the same boy, my son was beaten up. He punched my son on the face. He threw his stuff, his bag, his lunch bag, his baseball gloves, everything. And he called him names, etc. I got to know about this incident directly from the vice principal. I was at work. She called me from school. She didn't let me talk to my son. She directly told me, one boy has punched your son. Your son also pushed him. So he threw your kid's stuff. Your son also moved his bag, etc. So after coming home, I saw my kid's lips were swollen. He, with his tiny hands, he was trying to block when that boy came to punch him because he was learning Taekwondo. That's why the punch did not land on his face. It hit his lips, and my son was struggling to eat. And that very day, I wrote to principal. I was very, very disheartened to know this. The very next day, in the school, my son was asked to apologize to the bully. He was quarantined and asked to take lunch all alone in the school office. When I got to know, I was really very angry as well. And I talked to the school board counselor very next day, and I seeked a meeting with principal, vice principal, the school board counselor, and the other boys' parents. That did not happen because this has happened on Thursday, the day I talked to the counselor about this meeting. The very next day, on Friday, I got a call from school, again from vice principal. First thing she told me, your son wanted to talk to you first. I didn't let him to. Then she said, I want to talk to you. Then she said, she was trying for long hours to get a confession out of my child. She could not get it. She did not use very harsh words, but she tried to hint that my son has done some heinous crime. My son already explained everything. Anyway, she didn't believe him. She also asked me that I should be vigilant because there are a lot of things going on when I'm out for work. I am vigilant. I have always been vigilant. She also said I should try to get the confession out of my child and share with school, because the other parents, they have complained to school and they will go to cops to bring charge against my child. I'm very new to this country. I don't even have voting rights. And I came all alone as a single mother. So I did not know that whatever they tried to say, if a child really does that, even then, in this country, as per law, cops cannot charge them with anything. Anyway, I came home. My son comes home at 3:30. He goes to play generally. That day when I came home around 5:30, my son was at home. He was reading a book. Also, I had a soup can in my fridge. He poured the soup in 2 bowls, heated up. 1 bowl he finished and 1 bowl he kept for me. The day he passed away, he did this for me. I asked him, Babu, explain, what did you do? Whatever he said in school, looking into my eyes, he said the same thing. And I knew my son was not lying. Anyway, I talked to his classmates' parents also, and I got to know that my son, whatever he said, I got the support even from one of his classmates' mother. So I knew that, yeah, my son did not do anything and I can explain everything to school. So my son went out to call another boy who can also support the same claim. He said, "Ma, I will be back in a few minutes." And he went out, he didn't come back. Later, police told me my son fell off a building, neighborhood building. Coincidentally, it is the same building where the bully boy resides. Anyway, I have lost my only child. He was all I had. I was living for. But today, I'm seeking justice for that same child. I know my story will make all the parents across the globe very, very worried, because they all send their children to school and they want to feel safe. See, nothing will bring my child back. I know that. At least for the other children, let us try to raise some voice, try to seek justice. And if something needs to be changed in the system to ensure the children are safe at school, I think you all will agree that we should do that. That's why I'm looking for some support. Thank you.